Hello and welcome to the Kayden Show, today's best country mix. And joining me right here today is Jenn Sheppard. Jenn, how are you?
I'm great. Thank you very much.
You're most welcome. So, kind of tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got your start in music to get started.
Sure. Well, I got my start in music way back when I was probably 8 years old, and I started singing in a church choir. And it was just a children's choir at the time, and we were all just singing in unison. But I started adding in a harmony without really realizing what a harmony was. I could just kind of hear it. So I started singing it, and I was lucky enough to have somebody who recognized that that was something that could maybe be worked with. And so a very nice lady took me under her wing and taught me about harmony and
Mhm.
taught me about breathing and I just kind of went from there. And from there I became the church soloist and a cantor. And then I started looking for musicals and anywhere else I could get to sing, I did. So here we are.
That's awesome. Did you enjoy doing that?
I did, yeah, very much so. I think singing is something that if you enjoy it, you enjoy it for a lot of reasons. I
Mhm.
sometimes say if I'm starting to feel under the weather, if I just lock myself in a room and sing my head off, I can feel my immune system coming back to normal.
Well, that's true. Music has that power to be able to do that. So, I agree with you 100% on that.
Sure does.
It sure does. So, Jen, if you could duet or collaborate with any singer, who would you choose and why?
Oh, that's a tough question. There's so many people.
There is.
I'm really lucky because I do get to duet and do collaborations with a lot of very talented people from right here on my very own island. I just came back from doing a tour with Bette McDonald, Heather Rankin of the Rankin family, and Lucy McNeil of the Bear McNeil family. So they were pretty high on my list all along, and I've gotten to do that. If I was going to go further afield though, and get to do something with somebody from a larger portion, I'd say Barbara Streisand would be right up there on the list. Maybe something with Carly Simon, James Taylor. That would be like a dream come true.
Those are some excellent choices.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. I feel like I know a couple of those. I might be wrong. Maybe I'm thinking of someone else, but
Yep. Well, even if you don't know them, when we get offline, you search them up and you'll enjoy them.
oh, I sure will. I will definitely do that. So, do you have any advice to those who might want to start singing but doesn't really know how to, or if they just want to, sing as general, like as a hobby, or if they want to jump into the industry?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, I think if you feel like you want to start singing, the best way to start is just to start. I know a lot of people who think that they can't sing, and I always argue that you probably can, you just
Mhm.
don't. A lot of people consider themselves car stereo singers, and in a lot of cases, the only difference between them and the people that are doing it professionally is just that the people that are doing it professionally may have taken the time to hone their skills and to find out how to do it
Mhm.
properly and then do it. Because as with anything else, if you're a basketball player, you get better at basketball by playing basketball. You have to play it all the time, you have to play it with other people, you have to hone your skills. Singing really is no different. So it's a lot of listening and a lot of using your voice and your diaphragm. So, I mean, if you feel like you want to start singing, I'd say the first step is just to start doing it.
Yes, definitely, because you won't know how it goes until you actually get out there and try it.
Absolutely. And there's a lot of options that you can access, especially in today's world. I mean, you can just dial it up on YouTube.
Mhm.
Somebody will teach you how to, begin the first steps of knowing what a scale is, and I mean, it doesn't have to even get that complicated. Turn on the radio and start to sing along with
Mhm.
people that you consider your favorites.
That is very true. So, do you have a goal for yourself? Let's say if I was to talk to you, I don't know, in the next 5 to 10 years, where do you think you will be?
Oh, that's a good question. I hope I'm still performing. I love to do live performances, and that's, become ever important to us, especially with the last 2 years with COVID kind of shutting down that aspect of things. I think it gave all of us a new appreciation for performing in front of a live audience where you're
Hmm.
hearing and seeing the feedback. A lot of us had to jump into online platforms and fulfill our destiny that way for a couple of years, and that has its merit as well and has its benefits for
Hmm.
sure. But I hope that within the next 5 or even 10 or even 20 years, I hope that I'm still able to stand on a stage somewhere and communicate directly with people, because it really does fill up your soul. It's a great booster for anything that you're doing.
Absolutely. And even if it's not even music, any industry is, people were thinking about it during the pandemic, whether you be in acting or music or anything in the entertainment world necessarily. And it's one of those things they're like, wow, I can't believe I miss being in person so much.
Yeah, I agree with you. And I think, well, you don't always not know how good you have it until someone takes it
Hmm.
away, right? So that's what happened to us. And I'm certainly glad to be back. We just finished a slew of shows around the Maritimes at beautiful theaters. And it was a really big deal to get to hear people laugh again, and hear people clap and sing along with you when you're doing a performance. So I'm going to try to keep that feeling with me forever.
Definitely, definitely. So, what do you like doing outside of music? Do you have any hobbies or interests or anything like that?
Yeah, I love to garden. We have a big vegetable garden. Our family does, and we like to get in and get dirty in the dirt and dig up potatoes and plant seeds and watch things grow and breathe fresh air. So I love to do that. I love to do some kayaking and some canoeing as well. Outside of that, music is a huge part of my life, though. It's pretty much involved in everything I do. So even when I am out gardening or in the kayak, we usually bring along some music or create our own. So kind of permeates through everything.
Definitely, I've noticed that's actually a lot of the same answers I get. If people are not doing country music or music in itself, they're, outside. And I love that. Nature is, another way for us to kind of get out there and, make us feel better. That's another way. Definitely.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So let's kind of talk about any new singles, any upcoming projects that you're looking forward to that we can hear about.
Sure. Well, I just, just last year finished a 13 song album, and we've only released 3 tracks from that so far, the last one being 6 More Weeks of Winter. Hoping in the near future to release another one from the album and get that moving around to radio stations and to stations like yours. And uh, as for future projects, we do have our eye on some Christmas songs to be put to recording. Maybe not necessarily an entire album, but definitely a few tracks to get moving. I also work in the performance area of comedy. So I'm putting together a show that has music and comedy. It'll be original music and original comedy that will hopefully get to tour around the Maritimes here. So those are kind of the things that are directly in front of us as far as projects go. And it's been kind of a strange couple of years coming back. Seems like everybody had that downtime. So
Hmm.
there's lots of people that are coming out the door right now with new
Hmm.
and exciting creative projects. So there'll be lots for us to wade through, and just lots of healthy competition. And it's so great to see everybody being so infused to get back into it again. So,
Hmm.
in whatever way I can be involved in future projects, I know I won't be alone. That's for sure.
Definitely, and especially when you do projects and the projects that are actually getting out of the house for we've been stuck in the house for almost 2 years, so it's like awesome to think that hey, it's coming back. So
Definitely. Yeah, that's the feeling. The shows that we just did, although people are still coming to the theaters
mhm,
masked, you've got a real sense of coming back together is powerful,
mm,
and we needed that, and we forgot about that. No matter what you choose
mhm,
as your religion, there's a reason that it feels powerful when people get together. When when everyone's singing together, when everyone's laughing together, there's that's a big deal. And I hope that this is just our first step forward into back into that normalcy, because we need it. We need it.
we sure do. So where can people find you on social media, Jen, if they want to follow you?
Well, you can jump onto my website, just jennshepard.com, JENNSHEPPARD.com. You can also jump on, I have a Facebook page. I'm on Bandcamp as well. I'm on Spotify, iTunes, all those places you can find my music. Just do a search for me and hopefully I pop up somewhere there.
That's awesome. And again, that's JENNSHEPPARD.com, right?
Yes, sir. You got it.
Awesome. Wonderful. I wanted to repeat that just in case if anyone didn't get to hear it.
Well, I appreciate that, Kayden.
You're
Thanks.
very welcome. And I had a chance to listen to your stuff as well, and I really enjoyed it. So
Oh, thank you. I'm glad that you did. Thanks. It's
you are most
important.
welcome. I try to support on a lot of people, so
Well, I'm sure that they all appreciate it. I certainly do.
absolutely. I've seen a lot of appreciation, that's for sure.
Oh, good.
So I know, I know. Jen, is there a message that you would like to give to your fans or anyone listening?
Sure. I guess the message is that I love to communicate with people through my music, and I hope that when you listen, you find something relatable in it that you can connect with. And I love to know that people are singing along with me, whether you pop it in the car or you're using it as a come down from a crazy day. I hope that you find something in the music that helps you get through. And just know that I'm continually looking for opportunities to put out more music, and I'm just going to keep doing that until I can't anymore. So
Well, that's awesome. Is there anything that I forgot that you would like to mention before we go today, Jen?
I don't think so, Kayden. You've done a fantastic job. No, I mean, search me up online and drop a line in my guest book if you have a moment. I always love to hear feedback, and if you look for my name for new projects, that would be awesome.
Wonderful. And I would like to thank Jen Sheppard for joining us right here on the Kayden Gordon Show, today's Best Country Mix. We appreciate your time so much for being with us today.
Thank you, Kayden. I appreciate you asking me.